What's up, guys? We got our video out. I was about to pull it up. We got some booming views. Thank you guys for liking the video and watching our most recent social media app video. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe to the channel. And yo, got a like that. Thank you. Thank you. You guys got any questions or anything? I'm super pumped. We got over 126 views on the video. We released like a day ago, not even, I don't think yet. And 8 likes, so it's booming. It's booming. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? You guys got any questions or anything? That's Broncos hat. Yep. Broncos won yesterday. I'm super stoked. I want to get the new hat that's like this with the backside like that by Nike, because this one's Reebok. It's old school. The new one looks pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna get that one of these days. Let me get some music. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. That's dumb. It canceled my music. I was trying to pull up the statistics on the open it. I was open up new YouTube. I know when I go on later, there's not as many people because I usually don't do late lives. But if you guys turn on notifications, you won't miss them. So turn on notifications. And we almost got 800 subscribers, which is super sweet. Climbing the ranks. Oh, we got 126 views, 7 comments, and 10 likes in less than a day, I think. Maybe I can see when we posted it. But I think that's the most I've had on the video so far. So we climbing. Analytics. Yeah, I have to wait like 1 to 2 days to see all the analytics. But you know, if you guys haven't watched the video or dropped a like, watch the social media video. It's like a remake of the older one. But one big thing that people wanted was comments, which is a pretty big part of it. So that's why I'm mainly focusing on comments in this social media app. And also I'm updating the design because the last one was kind of bad. Not so good of a design. And what else are we doing? Well, I mean, it's in iOS 11, so you get to see like the new navigation bar, which has really cool animations. Like if you use the navigation bar and you segue to a new view, you can just swipe backwards without having to add any extra code, and it just goes back automatically, which is pretty sweet. If you guys wondering why I have a jacket on in like the middle of summer, I still live in Colorado and fall's already started. It's pretty cold outside. Any questions? Any coding questions? Any suggestions or anything? Wait a second. I think I saw all the comments. It like hides the comments if you don't see them in like a couple seconds. Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? You got any questions? Alright, deuces. Oh.
having trouble understanding something in any tutorials. I want to be able to do these things myself, and I'm having issues understanding how I would want things to do. Okay, what are you having issues with? Let me, give me some more information, like the types of things. Are you talking like generally Swift, or like give a specific thing you need help with? Beam. Bubbles. These filters are kind of funny. Glamour. Alright, I'll quit messing with that. Okay, like for the social app, I was watching through it, but when you program Firebase, like I wouldn't understand why you type certain things. Like what we have to set .delegate self, simple things. Okay. I didn't see that other comment. Sorry. If you want to repost the other comment so I can see it, like just like disappears. So with Firebase questions, I was just like. Well, .delegate, that's pretty much, what is delegate doing? You know, actually, I don't actually understand. I know I use it, and it, like, sets the, class to, or it sets something to the class delegate. I don't know, let's see. Delegate. One big thing, you just, like, Google these words, and sometimes it's, like, you just don't understand what the meaning of the word is. Introduction to delegates. Like, I know, like, when you, like, create a table view, you have to put delegate in there as well. Let's see. What is delegate? Delegation can be a difficult topic to wrap your head around. I found it easy to break up posts on topics. Notifications coming up on my live stream. Introducing the players. Like, simply, I just want to know how I would know what I needed to type. How would I know what is needed to type? How do I know I need to set something to delegate or I need to unwrap? Okay, so delegate is not used on a ton of things. That's used on like table views, collection views. It's where you have to call a class and receive callbacks from that class. So on a table view, you're receiving callbacks as in like the cell that we're at, stuff like that. But with optionals, that's like saying, so I have a variable that holds the phone's what do you call it? ID. Okay, so we have a variable that's holding my phone's ID, and it could either be optional or a force unwrapped thing. And well, there's optional, or I forgot the other one. But an optional means it could have a value or the value could be empty. So when you're calling this variable, if it's an optional, you have to write safe code with if statements. So if it exists, do this, else do this. Because if you're trying to pull the value of the phone, but it's not there, it's just going to crash your application. That's what optionals are. So you don't want to force unwrap an optional unless you know for a fact that's it. How did you learn to code? So I did take like an online course type deal, which taught me the basics, and then after that I went out,
Googled everything. I really like enjoyed coding, so it wasn't very hard for me to learn. I learned a whole bunch of stuff. And I mean, I don't watch videos online about how to do things anymore because it's just like, once you learn it, it's not, like all programming languages are similar, everything's similar, so it's just like Googling stuff, not watching videos. I actually find videos kind of annoying because many times the videos go too much in depth and I just want like the answer to the question. But I would stick with one language when you're learning, master that language, and then move on to other things. It's a good idea to go on to different languages. You see the similarities, you see how things work. I mean, I've only been coding for a little over a year now. I mean, I spend pretty much all my day coding, and I enjoy it, but I mean, it's really cool. So what languages do you know? I know, like, when I say I know them, I've coded in them. So if you ask me a question right now, of course, I'm only gonna be able to answer something in Swift because that's what I've been writing for like the past 5 months. But I know Swift, Objective-C, Java, JavaScript, and C#. Yeah. I didn't code a whole bunch in Objective-C, but I coded enough. I can see, like, I can kind of read Objective-C. It's been a while, so I'm not like super good anymore. But I can read Objective-C. I see the similarities between Swift and Objective-C. That stuff. And Objective-C isn't as it's not as easy to code as the Swift is, but that's why I don't use Objective-C. Yeah, that's like Swift, Objective-C, Java, JavaScript, C#. So 5 languages, I guess. And once you learn one, it's pretty much the same thing, just different syntax. So like variables, every language you have to initialize variables, every language you have to initialize the function, call functions.
What with social are you basing your app, or is it already?
So the one we're making right now is my idea in a way. I saw, like, what I do is I go onto Pinterest, I like look up UI designs, and I found a UI design I liked, changed it to my own design, and we're running with that. The code itself, I'm actually doing it as I record the video. I haven't pre-done anything. Like in the last one, I had pre-coded it like a day before, and then I would just copy the code pretty much in the video. But this one, I'm just gonna do it as is. Like, you guys pretty much see what I'm going through. If it's like a big long error that I had, I'll usually cut that out, especially if it's not important. But yeah, you guys are basically seeing me code the app as is right there. Like the last video I think I recorded, it was like an hour and 5 minutes or something like that, and I cut it down to I don't know, like 40 some minutes. But a lot of it's like because my Mac Mini that I use to record is really slow, so with Xcode 9 beta, it slows it down a ton. So I cut out the loading parts, and especially the simulator, it takes forever to load. It takes like 10 minutes for me to load. Yeah, but thank you for dropping a comment on the video. That was nice. I forgot what you said. Sorry, but let's see. Said awesome content, going to be watching this series. Remember me when you get finished. Yeah, thank you, thank you. You guys got any other questions before I bounce? I know it's delayed a little bit. One more time before we leave, throw the bubbles on. I'm into coding, but I don't have a Mac. What languages should I learn? If you don't have a Mac, I wouldn't learn JavaScript as a first language if this is your first language. I'd probably go Java. Android developers are needed, so it's easier for you to find a job. I mean, JavaScript developers are too, but Java is more type safe, as in like JavaScript you can write bad code and it will run, even if it's bad and improper to what JavaScript says you should do. Like, JavaScript's really weird. They don't, like Swift 4, it updates syntax, and if you use old syntax, it gives you an error saying, no, you can't do this. But with JavaScript, you can use old syntax, and it still lets you do it. So it's kind of not type safe, which is bad, and that's why I suggest you doing Java if you don't have Mac. But totally up to you. Maybe these bubbles are annoying. Does that help answer the question? Oh, and if the title seemed clickbaity, it's not, because I was super stoked about the video has 26 views and 10 likes in less than 1 day. I'm pretty sure less than 1 day, but about 1 day, which is the most I've had on any of my videos, so super stoked. Alright, any questions before I bounce? No. I'm about to bounce, boys. Alright. I want to code, so I said I should use Java, correct? Yeah, use Java if you don't have a Mac. Java's a good language. It's pretty simple. There's a lot of extra stuff you have to do. I know Android changed its official language to something new, but Java is still a good language. It gives you the basis of all languages still, so yeah, definitely use Java. Not JavaScript, don't get those mixed up. JavaScript and Java are two different languages. I think, what's his name? The dude that created Evolution or something like that. What's his name? But he created Java, and someone else created JavaScript, I think. What's his name? Darn it, I forgot. When did you start coding? It was like April, May time of last year. So. It's been a while. Not too long, but a little while. It's been fun. Coding's so much fun. It's like the tool that any entrepreneur wants is to be able to code, because everything is going digital. Like Apple just got a patent. If you guys don't know this, Apple has a patent for long-range charging, or at least they applied for one. I don't know if they got it, and for glasses. So I'm super stoked. Like, if you're a developer, at least for iOS, like, they come out with these super cool things, and you get to make stuff for them. Like, you don't have to create the product. You just have to be able to code on the product, which is super cool. And it's like a bounce back and forth, because Apple's big because of its developers. So my first language, it took me like 3 or 4 months, and then after that, it's just like a couple weeks or so, because it's all the same, just different syntax. Like, you still have to initialize variables, functions. It's the same, it's just different syntax. Like, all the languages, I'm pretty sure, are based off of C. I think C is like the base language of everything. That's why when you're like in college, you have to learn C++, all that stuff. But yeah. 3 months, and then it was like, when I learned Java, it was like 2 weeks. My favorite is Swift, of course. One, since I won the scholarship to WWDC, Apple fanatic now, right? And Swift is just like super simple. I would use Objective-C, but Swift's easier. It's not as much coding, it's just, they eliminate the stuff that's being replicated, make it easier for you. And it's super user-friendly too. Will you ever make an app on the App Store of your own? Yeah, I have I think like 5 or 6 on the App Store right now. How do you send push notifications for user to user on button click? Let's say like send a message. Yeah, so Firebase has Firebase Functions, so you can send a notification through Firebase Functions if they have, if you have their FCM, which is like something messaging, or Firebase has a messaging specifically set up, and but that only sends to all the devices, or if you have their FCM, one device, but you have to send it. So if you're looking for, like, you press the follow button and it follows someone that gives them the notification, look into Cloud Functions. It's pretty, what do you call it? It's an advanced topic, which would be hard for a video, but there's tutorials, not tutorials, there's code out there for you to see. And Firebase gives documentation.
Say a person just comes to your YouTube channel and has an idea how to code and copies everything you type, will their results look the same? So the ones on the App Store are different. Besides the touchpad one that I made, that's the same app on the App Store, but yeah, if they copy my code for the other ones, it's not gonna be the same. Cause of course I use more error handling, I go more in depth on my apps. And I mean, if they did that, it's kind of illegal because the code is copyrighted, but I mean, who cares? I care. I don't know. Let's make them back to hurt me someday. I care. But yeah, if you didn't know, whenever you write code, it is copyrighted. Or at least Swift code is. iOS, Xcode code. All right, any more questions? Good. You seem like you got lots of questions because you're excited. All right, man. I'll wait like 10 more seconds, and then I'm gonna bounce. Alright, deuces. If you guys got questions, leave that in the comment section below. Through Apple's push notifications, is it possible through the token, but without that, is it possible to send Firebase notifications because Apple push notifications is still a bridge between notifications? Through Apple's push notifications. So, if I understand the question correctly, without the FCM, but if we don't have a developer account, so it's kind of not possible. Yeah, if you don't have a developer account, it's not possible. You have to have a developer account to send notifications because you have to get the certification. So you have to have that open. But you have to get that token as well, and Firebase Cloud Functions or something? No, not Cloud Functions. Firebase Messaging is where it sends the message, I think, to the user or group of users. They collect the FCM for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're using Cloud Functions, then you have to worry about the FCM. Hey, what's up? What's up? You guys got any questions about coding? Anything? The YouTube channel? People just coming in. Keep coming, keep coming. Sweet. Now let's see if I can pull up these comments, because I feel like I missed some. Oh, darn. Live streaming. How long did it take for you to get to a comfortable place as a developer? So after I created or learned Swift,
I was like, okay, I kind of know how to do it. When I started learning a whole bunch of new languages, that's when I kind of got more comfortable. And I mean, I'm comfortable now. If it weren't for winning the developer conference thing, I wouldn't think that I'm a, like, it seems so much harder than it actually is, if you know what I'm saying. Like, if someone were just to tell you about developing, can you make a video regarding notifications? Yeah, I might do that. But if you just listen to people, it seems like programming is so hard, but it's really not. It's pretty simple. I mean, you can learn it by yourself online. Like, college makes it seem like it's such a big thing, but it's a readily available thing. So if it weren't for me winning the Apple Developer Scholarship, I would have never thought that I was a good developer or whatnot. But so I'm kind of comfortable now, I guess. It'll be like a year. So yeah. Any more questions? I'm about to bounce. If you guys got more questions, yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming on my live stream. So I'm gonna bounce. If you guys got questions, leave that in the comment section below. Peace.